Hello, it's a new day and there's a new list to tackle. So I thought I'd bring you along. Well, my first little job is super easy. It's just putting away some of my dried seeds. This is from a beefsteak, and this one is just from a big meaty red tomato. I didn't know the name of it. So that's what it says, big red meaty tomato. And then I got some cantaloupe. So I'll just be putting them into bags. These are radish seed pods. I wanted to show you. Let me bring you down here. I had 4, but 1 dropped. So those are radish seeds. I don't want to take the time to get them all out right now, so I'm just going to put them into a bag. Close them and mark them. One day pretty soon I'm going to get out all my seeds and show you what I have saved. Make sure that your seeds are completely dry. You never want to put away wet seeds. Cantaloupe. You guys, saving seeds is something that you should just get into the habit of doing. Whether you think that you're going to plant them or not. And look, I just got a few little seeds out of this one. But every one of those seeds is a potential for a plant. And if you don't want to take the time to put them in different packages and mark them different, even seeds from the store I would recommend to go ahead and save, because you never know when you're going to need it. These are just a few that I've been working on over the past couple of weeks that have been sitting out and drying. And yes, it takes a little space. It takes a little space to get them dried up. But I've got me a little rack here. It doesn't take hardly any room at all. And put little pieces of napkin on there. Put them on there to dry. The bigger ones I put on paper plates or glass plates so that they're easy to get off. So I totally recommend that you save seeds, any kind of seeds. Just save them, dry them, put them in plastic or a container that will keep them dry, and tuck them away, because you never know when you're going to need a seed. I just love the smell of dried peppermint. So there's some peppermint and comfrey that I had drying. And so I'm going to go ahead and get it ready to make a salve. I'm going to tear these into manageable size pieces. And they're just going to be stuck in this jar. And then I'm going to put grapeseed oil to cover the whole entire thing. And then I'm going to set it in a sunny window for 4 to 6 weeks. Comfrey has a lot of healing properties, and you can look that information up online, but I use it for joint pain, bruising, scrapes. And then peppermint, oh my goodness, peppermint has all kinds of healing properties. So that's kind of the things that I use it for. After this sits in the window for 6 to 8 weeks, then I'll take it down and I'll add it with some beeswax so that it becomes a little bit more pliable, a little easier to carry around. Before I do that though, I do have these little jars that I'm going to put a little bit in just as an oil. But you guys, do your own research. Comfrey and peppermint. I'm also going to do one with comfrey, peppermint, and plantain. I have fallen in love with plantain. Not the banana. It's that weed that grows in your yard that people think there's no use for except to mow it down. But it's actually a pretty plant. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to stuff the jar. Man, the aroma of that peppermint is awesome. Comfrey and peppermint are one of those plants that just keep on giving. They just keep on growing and growing and growing. So if you get a good planting of it one time, you'll have it for a long time. You really want to stuff it in the jar. Stuff that full. And during the 6 weeks, you can open it up and just kind of poke a stirrer in there, mash it around a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, that's pretty stuffed. See, it's got air bubbles in there, so just like canning, you want to stick something in there to try to help get rid of the air bubbles. And you want all of your foliage under the oil. I'm going to take a whisk and give it one good shove down here. Let's put a lid on it and set it in a window. Okay, so I got it sitting up there. That tall one was the one we just did, and that little one is just peppermint. So in 6 weeks, check out my video that will be coming out, and I'll show you how to make that into a salve. So it's a little bit later in the afternoon, and so I kind of wanted to teach you a little bit of Cherokee. Osiyo, that means hello. Tohiju, that means how are you? Pumpkin! Osiyo, Dagodoa Kelly, that means hello, my name is Kelly, and that is from the Cherokee language. Well, I want to thank you, Wado, for being here with me today, and we're going to be working with EE-Yaw. Anybody have a clue what EE-Yaw is? It's from my brother's garden. EE-Yaw. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to attempt doing is taking the skin off. Okay, so now the EE-Yaw can go into the oven at 350 for about an hour, but I'm going to check it about 40 minutes into it and see what we get. I saved the EE-Yaw Oginati pumpkin seeds. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little bit of Cherokee words. And I am part of the Cherokee Nation. I am a citizen of the Cherokee Nation, for those of you that didn't know. And I'm very proud to be Cherokee. So let's get this pumpkin in the oven. The reason why I put the Osiyo into the water is because it has a slippery outer edge around the seed. It's encased in like a gel, and just like tomatoes, if you put them in water for a couple of days, they'll ferment and that gel will come off very easily. That smells really good. That's pretty soft. Now I didn't put any oil or anything in the pan. I just put the pumpkin in there. Well, I'm going to let this cool off, and then I'm going to put it in my Ninja to puree it. Later until I get ready to do something with it. Don't want to lose any of that goodness. Oh, all kinds of pumpkin recipes. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little time in the kitchen with me today. And I hope maybe that you learned something or got some good out of it. Try a Cherokee phrase once in a while. Go out and enjoy life.